Vocabulary. John Sheska dedicates his book Math Curse to his nieces and nephews. He says, if the sum of my nieces and nephews equals 15 and their product equals 54, and I have more nephews than nieces, how many nephews and how many nieces is this book dedicated to? When many adults read this to children, they might not be sure how many nieces and how many nephews. Now, there are not many adults who don't know that 6 plus 9 is 15 and 6 times 9 is 54. But what stumps them is the vocabulary. If you've forgotten what sum and product mean, you can't solve the problems even though you can do the math. Understanding the language of mathematics is so important when we're trying to solve a problem. Sometimes the reason that children don't do well in math is not because they don't understand the numbers, but because they don't understand the words. By the way, sum is the answer to an addition problem, and product the result of multiplying. So it's important for those of us who work with children to make sure that they have the vocabulary that will help them as they continue learning mathematics. What are some important words for young children? Position words. Above and below. This could include words like on top of and underneath. You could take a toy and put it on top of a blanket, and then under a blanket, and describe what you're doing. When you ask a child to get something, use vocabulary words like, please bring me the blue cup that is next to the red one. Or, Lily's turn before yours, and you'll be right after her. The doll is inside the toy chest, but the teddy bear is outside of it. That boy is behind the door. Let's find the blue block that's in front of the tower you built. When children are counting, use the words more, less, or fewer, and be clear about equal or the same. Give out the graham crackers so that everyone has the same number. Or, Julian has fewer buttons on his coat than Mario does. If you're working with older children who are doing number sentences, be sure that you think of the equal sign as indicating that everything on one side of the equal sign has the same value as everything on the other side of it. Too often teachers and parents give children the idea that the equal sign means and the answer is. This will cause problems when these children get to algebra, so do them a favor and think about a balance scale when you talk about the equal sign. Other vocabulary words to use with children include all, some, and none. As well, highlight geometric shapes: circle, square, triangle, rectangle, hexagon. Two-dimensional and three-dimensional shapes like cubes, cones, cylinders, and spheres. It's important to realize that in early childhood we don't want to drill children on vocabulary, but we do want to use it intentionally so that our children are familiar with the words that will help them succeed in mathematics when they are in school and beyond.